Hello and welcome to Two Car Bros. Today we're going to show you how to jumpstart a car that has a dead battery. The first thing we need to do is inspect our jumper cables and ensure they're in good shape, making sure that there are no breaks in the insulation or exposed wires. Next, we need to open the hood on the car that has the dead battery. Next, we need to make sure that the other end of the jumper cables, the ones we're not going to work with next, are separated from each other and are not touching anything metal. When working with a battery, it's always a great idea to put on gloves. Some dirt and road grime have gotten on our battery, clouding our ability to see which side is negative and which side is positive. So to make absolutely sure, we're going to clean off the battery, and this will show which side is negative and which side is positive. In our case, left is positive and right is negative, but this can differ per battery, so make sure you double check. Next, we're going to take our red clamp and attach it to the positive side of the dead battery. Next, we're going to take the black clamp and attach it to the negative side of the dead battery. Here's a little tip. It's always a good idea to wiggle your clamps to ensure that they're making good contact on the battery. Now we can open the hood of the car that has the charged battery, and we can hook our red clamp to the positive end of the charged battery. Next, we're going to take the black clamp that is remaining on our jumper cables and attach it to one of these bolts protruding from the engine. This is what is known as a ground. Do not attach it to the charging car's battery, because this can produce sparks and occasionally can cause a battery to explode. So make sure you attach the black clamp of the charging vehicle to a ground that can't be reached by the serpentine belt or any other components that move in the engine, and it is also a good idea to wiggle your clamp to ensure good connection. Next, we can start the engine on our car that has the charged battery. Now, if you're trying to jump a car that is completely dead, it's a good idea to let the charging car charge the dead car for about 10 minutes or so before trying to hit the ignition on the dead car. But if it's just recently dead and the lights still come on but just won't turn over fully, you might be able to get away with it starting it immediately. Once we've waited a little bit, we can jump in the driver's seat of the dead battery car and try to hit the ignition. If the car is just barely turning over or is sluggish on the turnover and won't quite start, let the alternator of the charging car charge the battery in the dead car for a little bit longer and then hit the ignition again. Once the dead car has started up, we can go ahead and remove the black clamp off of the ground of the charging car. Then we can remove the red clamp off of the charging car's battery. We also need to make sure that when we disconnect these two clamps off of the charging car, that the two ends, again, are not touching each other and aren't touching anything metal. Now we can remove the red clamp off of the dead battery that the engine is now running on, and then we can remove the black clamp. And that is how you jumpstart a car. I thank you so very much for watching. If you have any questions, please visit our website, twocarbros.com, where our automotive experts are standing by ready to help for free.